Oh my god, I wrote so many pages. I had a meltdown over this. I wrote 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 pages.
Jesus.
I had a meltdown.
And if you'd like to see all of Kat's notes on this episode, be sure to like, share and subscribe.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the Says Who podcast with Kat and Tip, where we talk all things Doctor Who.
Hello.
Hello. How are you feeling about that new intro?
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
No.
I like saying my hello where I like it.
Maybe we'll switch back.
Okay.
Maybe we'll scrap that.
Yeah, how are you guys doing?
I'm alright, thank you.
I was talking to the audience. I'm trying to make this podcast
Yeah, I know, but they
more
didn't say anything, which was really rude. I was trying to cover the awkward silence up for you. I didn't want you to get left hanging, do you know what I mean?
Well, Gibson looked at me, so...
He doesn't look happy. Yeah, how you been?
Yeah.
Good.
Let's talk about it. How have you been?
Well...
What's wrong?
See, it was all okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's okay.
And then I've just had to... I don't know, it's silly really. It's
What happened?
I watched Victory of the Daleks.
Right.
And
Well, you don't need to cry over it. Because it's not even a bad episode, so snap out of it.
it's okay. Well, I feel like we're gonna... But also, no news this week. I don't think...
This is great, and we've done really good.
We're doing...
for
Yeah.
We're doing great here.
If you can't already tell, we're recording this. This is the second one that we've recorded today. So I've not got any news to give you that wasn't in the last one.
Yeah.
Because I can't jump forward a week, unfortunately.
No.
But
we have such busy schedules now that we
But I
just
know.
can't record them every week, which
You know.
is upsetting.
But
yeah.
at some point we'll get.
I mean, to be fair, there's no Doctor Who news at the minute
I
anyway.
don't think there's going to be.
Unless
any
they're going to
news.
drop a big announcement next week, I think we're pretty covered.
Yeah, I think what we'll do in that, if that ever happens, and we've recorded the main bulk of stuff here, then we'll just hop on a call.
Yeah, and
record it, and I'll just edit it into the front for the news.
Yeah.
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 So no news.
No.
We're going straight into the topic this week.
Yeah, straight in.
Straight in.
With the Daleks.
So I gather from your sort of reaction to my reaction that you don't mind this one.
I don't. I can like, I'm not saying that like from a critical standpoint that it's a great episode, but I can often, like, I don't mind the triple 11th hour Beast Below Victory of the Daleks. I can quite happily sit through when I'm doing my rewatches. Like, and if I'm like, oh, I just want something that I don't really have to think about, I can put on Victory of the Daleks. There are some good bits in there. It loses me at one specific point.
Okay.
Which I lose my mind at, which we'll discuss later.
I was going to say that's interesting because I think, yeah.
There's one specific part that I don't like, and there's lots of reasons why I don't like it. But on the most part, and I know there's one thing that I already know we have very conflicting opinions on.
Okay.
But for the most part, I can sit and watch it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. It's not cry because it's bad. That bad.
You know what it is? I think there's some... Generally, it's fine. Then there's a few sort of good bits. There's a few... Like,
there's some great bits.
There's some good stuff in there. But there's also a few bits that's like worse than fine and is just actively like, oh no.
Yeah, which is... Yeah, I agree.
And I think that's what sways me a little bit. I think that's sort of what I focus on. Yeah, I don't know. Let's talk.
Yeah,
let's talk.
And let's not jump at the end. Let's start at the beginning.
Oh, okay. Go on. This is new for you.
So, I can still remember my audible gasp when, before the titles, they pushed the little Dalek on the map.
Yeah, well, it's teased at the end of The Beast Below, isn't it? Because at the end of The Beast Below, he gets the call from Winston to say, "Oh, we need you here."
Oh, and it pans the Dalek head, doesn't it?
No,
Does
it
it?
just
Or
a
is it a
shadow
shadow?
comes across, yeah, which is really cool.
Yeah.
So, I think that just the concept of this episode, Daleks in World War II, that, yeah,
I enjoy it.
just yes, because it completely works.
Yeah.
Completely works. And I think it's also because obviously, yes, they were an allegory for the Nazis,
which I enjoy. Then having seen them go against them,
yeah, and putting them on the Ally side,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's interesting to see this story takes a bit of a turn into more mehness for me after the Dalek reveal.
So after the... Okay, do you mean Dalek reveal?
After the testimony and the Daleks go...
Whoa, because that's my favourite scene. One of my favourite scenes.
Yeah,
so wait a second.
Okay, that's the point. What I mean is all of the stuff in the cabinet rooms and, you know, it's really, really good. I think it's really well realised.
Yeah.
I think they filmed in... It's not the War Museum in London, but I think they filmed in... It wasn't a set that they made, but they dressed... I think it was like a Welsh museum, sort of similar kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But it looks really great.
It does,
and that sort of cramped, like, you know, desperate
basement,
war effort.
Yeah.
And the sound design with all the sirens and the sort of muffled, like, bombs and, like, planes and all of that. Yeah, it really feels like, you know, like an old war film in parts. And I think you can tell that Mark Gatiss obviously loves this. Loves war. I think he just loves this kind of period of history.
Yeah.
Sort of Victorian to, like, early, sort of, like, the first half of the 20th century.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's Britain.
Yeah.
That's like his thing.
Yeah.
And to be fair, has he written a non-historical? Like, other than... I know Empress of Mars is obviously set on Mars, but it's with the Victorian soldiers, isn't it? And then Sleep No More, I guess, is the only one I can think of.
Yeah.
Cold War's a historical. I know I'm going backwards now.
Mm-hmm.
Crimson Horrors are historical.
Yeah.
Night Terrors is modern day, but
you've got all, like, the peg dolls and...
Yeah, it feels...
It's the vibe, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a spooky little number. This... Unquiet Dead. Idiot's Lantern.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just his vibe, innit?
Yeah. And I think he is good at realising those settings.
Yeah.
And I quite liked a lot of the dialogue in this, how it feels quite...
Natural.
Yeah, it feels natural and it feels accurate to, you know, some of the cadences and some of the...
It feels accurate for the characters and where they are.
Yeah,
like,
some of the choices.
I love Amy's... I like Amy quite specifically in this episode. How naive and young she feels.
Yeah.
It's crazy how young she feels.
That's true, yeah, watching it.
I've been watching some later Matt Smith... Try again.
Matt Smith.
I've been watching some later Matt Smith at the minute because I'm going into my Clara. So I've been watching a lot of the later stuff. So watching older Amy compared to then jumping to Victory of the Daleks. Mental.
Yeah, it's... I think even... Because I was going to say maybe it's just Series 5 Amy that feels like this. But I think even by stuff like Amy's Choice, when you get to that point...
Oh, okay.
She already feels so much like older.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. And like Vincent and the Doctor, she feels. Whereas here, she is very much sort of starry-eyed. Like, yeah.
She seems really young. Like, even just walking up to the Dalek, the way she does at the beginning, she's like, "My friend says you're dangerous," and he's just there with his head down, looking through his eyebrows. I'm just like, this is so funny. It felt really high school, you know, when like someone goes up to another person, it's like, "My friend said," yeah,
you.
literally.
Do you wanna kiss them?
If you want to have lunch with them later, if you want to sit next to each other at lunchtime, and they're just there like looking up, like, "Well, do you?"
Just like passing a little note. Do you fancy me?
You
with a little yes no box. Yeah, it was quite nice to see that sort of earlier. It does feel like she's still very much.
She's not. Well, she's naive, isn't she? And she's still in the "this is a fun" bubble. Even though it's just come off the back of Angry 11 from Beast Below, but that has a positive outcome. So she is still on like that high, and then it goes straight into Victory of the Daleks.
Yeah, I think it's still very.
Early?
She's still very living a fairy tale, isn't she? And he's still very much her imaginary friend.
Absolutely.
And she doesn't know him to be
the way that he's acting.
Yeah, I was going to say she maybe doesn't recognise that he's flawed, but I think she maybe just overlooks.
I think it's more of an overlooking, because she takes a hit when you said 5 minutes. So.
Yeah, but I mean more like stuff like his anger.
Well, she sees through it, doesn't she?
And his bitterness.
Or past it.
Yeah, and I think she sort of maybe in her head kind of makes excuses or sort of turns a bit of a blind eye and stuff.
You can see her internal dialogue as it happens.
Yeah, and I think as Amy's story goes on, it's it is a story of her sort of maturing, and not the case of like, oh, it's about her growing up and realizing that she doesn't need the Doctor or anything like that. It's that she grows up to sort of accept a bit more responsibility and things like that, but also to not put him on.
Well, it's the dependency on faith, isn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, I thought she was interesting in the story, and she doesn't have loads to do. It's sort of more of a Doctor focused story.
Yeah.
But I think the little bit she does get.
And I think what she does get as well, even though, like you said, is a little bit, it's the more human side of things that the Doctor can't quite.
Yeah.
Not come to terms. Can't overcome.
Mm-hmm.
With Bracewell, he couldn't quite break through that barrier, and Amy managed to, and save the day in that aspect, which I really liked.
Yeah, that's true. So should we talk story?
Should we talk Dalek?
Let's talk the story. And
Series 1, Episode 5, Dalek.
It's Episode 6, Fake Fan.
Episode 6. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Try again. Whatever.
Picking up directly from the previous episode.
Yep.
Old Churchill's giving the Doctor a bell. Need your help with something. And the Doctor then shows up.
Late. A month.
Late.
1 month late. He's got a good track record of it.
Yeah, especially this time round. And what do you know? The bloody Daleks are called Ironsides.
Yeah. What do you think of their design?
I think they look sick.
Have you seen my Dalek over there on my collection shelf?
The like green camo.
I love it.
It looks so good. It's great. And the sort of like matte finish.
Yep.
I think that looks sick. The little like sort of like satchel like sandbag things going round. Yeah, they look like mini tanks.
Yeah.
And I know they always look like tanks.
Yeah.
But
they're armified, aren't they?
Yeah, in this
militarified, yeah.
In this like context, it's like, oh, that is just a little walking tank.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. And I think it's really interesting that this is my favourite kind of thing when you come into a Dalek episode and they're doing something.
Yeah.
They're not just
sneaky.
Yeah, they're like skulking around in the shadows and they're not quite,
And you get all of the little slow looks.
Yeah.
as they pass you, and they're looking at you like, we're doing a little something,
Like,
something, but
butter
you
wouldn't
don't
melt.
know.
Like,
And to jump on that, this is one of my favourite story concepts because I love, and this is some bits that I didn't like in Daleks in Manhattan
mm-hmm.
with the pig slaves, where I was kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
pig slave, yeah. But a Dalek creating Bracewell, who thinks that he created the Dalek so that they could use him as
Yeah.
a part of their plan for if things go wrong, like all of that, and like the little seeds of all these things come to me. Here are plans for this. Here are plans for this. Here are plans for this, which will later be used in. I love all of that.
Yeah, that's fun.
It's not just fun. It's clever.
Yeah.
I enjoy that. I
It's
think that is exactly what they would do because they're conniving little.
Well,
terrors.
that's what it is, and that's what I really like, that you come into it, and obviously we know. I think even if you'd started with Matt Smith,
Yeah.
and you didn't have all of the RTD sort of or classic,
Yeah.
history behind you.
Just the pure vibe.
You know what a Dalek is.
Yeah.
And also, yeah, even if you'd never seen one before and you're going based off this, you're looking at it and you're like, yeah, well, I know that this is bad.
But also, sorry, I'm just going to jump back onto Bracewell. Even when I was watching it, like for the first time, I still didn't twig that the Daleks had made him until they said, "Oh, the Daleks made him." Like it's not obvious from the start, which is nice because it's just like when you've got that history behind you, like he didn't create the Daleks, so what's going on here?
Well, yeah, because I think you just like the Doctor does, where he's like, whatever they've promised you, and you know, so he just thinks that he's like their lackey, and he's lying about it.
Absolutely.
Which is sort of what you're maybe led to believe, but it's like, but he seems like a nice bloke.
Yeah.
Like
it's very deceiving.
And you think maybe that's going to be the twist.
Yeah.
That it's like,
he's
no, they've promised
me
the world. Yeah, like, so yeah, I think it's actually quite a good, not twist, but it's quite a good reveal. Like, yeah, but I love all of because you know immediately that there's something wrong because there's Daleks there and they've not just shot everybody in sight.
Yeah.
So it's like,
they need something.
What are you up to?
Yeah.
What's going on?
What's the bigger picture here?
Which is almost more
sinister.
Yeah. And I think that's kind of what the Doctor's sort of getting at.
Yeah.
Where, you know.
And do you know what else I like about the Doctor in this episode, especially in the first bit, is his necessity to be right and how infuriating the Daleks being quiet is making him.
Yeah.
I love it. It's really getting to him. And it's not just okay, this is annoying because you're the Daleks. It is all consuming. Mm-hmm. Matt sells that.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely phenomenally. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a great performance from Matt.
Yeah.
Even just the reveal, so like when they're on the roof.
Yep. And you just see the lasers.
And you see the lasers and you hear the sound effect.
His face.
And his face kind of drops. That sounds like
yeah.
You know, and the way all of that shot with the Dalek coming out, and then the sort of pan and zoom onto Matt's face. Yeah, that's a great little moment.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, there's a sort of arrogance.
Yeah.
But I think it comes from a place of sort of fear and anger and like desperation, as opposed to like wanting to be, you know, wanting to assert himself. I
think they both live together.
Yeah, but I think in this moment he's not bothered about being the one that's right. He's bothered about. I
think it's all of it.
He's like, no, I know I am right.
No, yeah,
you need to listen to me because everyone's going to die.
Yeah, I see that as 90% of it.
Okay.
I think there's a little bit under there.
Yeah, maybe.
You see it in his reaction when the Dalek turns around and he's like, correct. He's like, huh. Oh. Told you. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, but I really like the moment where, because he's obviously like kind of pleading with Winston.
Yeah.
And then Amy makes that joke about like, because Winston said, "Oh, look, Bracewell's a genius," and Amy goes, "Oh, Scottish genius. Maybe you shouldn't." And
yeah.
And he like snaps.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, shut up.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, it's a really, like, sharp moment. Yeah. And I think it kind of sells you on
the
stakes.
The seriousness.
Yeah, I think it's the same, not the same, but it's a similar thing as in Dalek.
Yeah.
Where you see how visibly affected
Nine is, yeah.
the Doctor is by these creatures.
Yeah.
Therefore, the stakes just go whoomp through the roof.
Yeah. It's nice to see someone scared of the Daleks again after Series 2. Because Doomsday, Rose isn't really scared. She's obviously overcoming it. The same with the Doctor. A lot's going on. And the Cybermen and Daleks kind of lose it a little bit. You do get a sense of fear in Daleks in Manhattan and Evolution of the Daleks, but I don't. Again, that's a double that I don't get very afraid. But in Victory of the Daleks, I feel like there's that sense of afraidness. Is that fear? Yeah. I'm afraidness. No, but do you know what I mean? Like, I'm there, like,
oh. You get that in, like, The Stolen Earth. Are you kidding me?
Oh my god, I forgot that existed for a second.
When, like, the shot of Liz Sladen just absolutely...
I believe that she's scared, but I don't feel scared. This is what I'm trying to say.
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever been, like, scared of the Daleks.
Okay, not scared is like I'm behind the back of my sofa, but like there's a pit in my chest where I'm like, oh my god, this is it.
Yeah, I think I believe the stakes more than I'm like I fear them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like in the same way.
I only really feel scared, like, or a sense of fear, I guess, with Russell's Daleks in Dalek and like in Series 1.
I think it's more like in the same way that like in Infinity War, I'm not scared of Thanos.
No.
But like there's a dread and you understand the stakes and you're like, oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's better explained.
Yeah. Well, I feel like that through all of the Dalek stories. Bar maybe Series 3. In terms of like the ones that we've had before this.
Maybe I'm just too focused on 10 rows that I just don't feel scared of Daleks in those episodes.
Yeah.
Because I just don't feel it.
Interesting.
I feel like they get lost in the character drama.
Yeah. I think there's definitely an argument for that. Anyway.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think Matt's great in this.
Yeah.
I think he's still finding his feet a little bit with the character. I don't think he's completely settled into it.
Okay.
And I don't mean that as a bad thing.
No, I'm
yeah, I think there's a few things he's sort of,
still trying to figure out.
Yeah. And it doesn't quite... It's just not quite consolidated.
When was this shot? One of the first ones?
I think this was block 2.
Okay. What came first? What filmed first?
The Angels 2-parter was first.
Okay.
And then I think went to the 11th hour.
Right.
Then it was these two in the second block.
Right.
These two. Beast Below and Victory of the Daleks.
So he's still finding his feet up?
Yeah, he's still in the early
doors.
The early doors, yeah. But I think that almost kind of works for,
Well, he's early Doctor, isn't he?
Well, yeah, exactly. And I think some of that kind of plays into it because you've got... I think it's interesting to see that kind of like a little bit of that overhang of that like Time War angst.
Yeah.
From the Tennant era.
Yeah.
But through Matt, it becomes this almost slightly like childish, like tantrum. Do you know what I mean? Like it's almost like he can't quite figure out how to express like this anger with them. And I think, as you say, them just being like, no, I don't know what you're on about, mate.
Yeah.
And he just goes, right, picks up a spanner
and starts whacking it, yeah.
Yeah. And it's a really good... I know some people were saying... I saw some people say that, like, it's a bit goofy. It's like... But I think it's...
Yeah, but it's trying to provoke it.
Yeah.
Attack it. And what do they do when they're attacked? They exterminate.
Yeah.
So I
And it's
see.
also like a desperate last
Ditch
thing.
attempt, isn't it?
Yeah. And also, I imagine, quite cathartic.
Oh yeah.
Because he just gets to go, oh, I'm just going to
Which are-
twat it with a spanner.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it does feel like he's letting loose a bit.
Yeah.
Um,
I really do love that shot after he's done smacking it around with a spanner and it just glides back and then turns around and it just...
yeah, the little turn.
yeah.
Like, correct.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it builds to that point really well.
Yeah.
And also you've got, with it having been a month since Winston called the Doctor and him actually turning up, it kind of makes sense that he's gotten used to them and he's just like,
he's just walking around.
no, I think these are going to save a lot of lives, and this would be good.
And if you were afforded that at that time, of course you would utilize it.
Yeah.
As your biggest weapon.
And you trust Bracewell.
Yeah.
They've done nothing to disprove. Everybody else is,
Yeah.
And it's just
nothing
has
happened in a month either.
Yeah, exactly. Which is, I think immediately puts him on the back foot.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, those little scenes where he's trying to sort of go, no, I need to, because you understand both sides. And I think it does a lot for the character of Churchill that his reasoning isn't so much, no, I need to win the war.
Yeah.
And it's think how many lives these can, because it immediately skews it to make him more sympathetic.
Yeah.
Speaking of Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
How do we feel
about the Doctor being so close with him?
Yes.
There have been many conversations around this topic, hasn't there?
I'm in two minds. I'm in two minds about it, because watching the episode, a few things. Ian McNeice is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, really, really good. Amazing casting. And I really like how he plays the character. And when I say the character, I don't mean how he plays an interpretation of the real life Winston Churchill. I just mean how he plays this role within the TV series Doctor Who.
Yeah.
And I do like how Churchill is characterized as a character again.
Yeah.
But I think you get into real murky waters when you go, well, this is a real person.
Yeah.
This is a historical figure that you're depicting.
Yeah.
And kind of implying that, like, he just smells of roses.
I was going to say, he gets a very good right.
It's a very sympathetic,
flowery.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think also just for Britain in general.
Yeah.
Like, it's very, like, patriotic.
Yeah.
It's very, like, oh, we're the good guys and they're the bad guys, and and I know that's generally how it's painted in all sort of Western media. But I don't know. I think there's maybe room for a little bit more nuance in there, especially with Churchill.
Yeah.
But I think, because I do really like the idea of there being an historical figure that the Doctor's really close with.
Yeah, cool. Absolutely.
And we rock up to an adventure. It's the first time we've seen them as an audience,
Yeah.
and maybe first time a companion has met them.
Yeah.
But, it's Leonardo da Vinci, and the Doctor's like, Leo, me old mate, how you doing? And, do you remember that time we fought bloody pterodactyls in, like...
Yeah.
And they've got, like, a history that we've not seen and is kind of alluded to. I really like that as an idea, and it makes the world feel... And the Doctor...
Expanded universe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of...
grounds and gives him more backstory of things that we haven't seen. Absolutely.
Exactly. And I think also for Amy, you are just this impossible bloke.
Yeah.
Like, you're this Peter Pan figure that can... You travel in time, and you can... you got a box that can float in space, and you'll go and save creatures. You're mates with Winston Churchill, and you're this, and you're that.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But so I really like that as a concept.
Yeah.
However, the figure in question being Winston Churchill.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of people out there that you could choose to have as a mate.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think even if you went back far enough, you know, like there's jokes in there about him like having a little bit like the Doctor having previously had a fling with Cleopatra or whatever.
Yeah.
And you know, Cleopatra wasn't exactly like an angel.
No.
But I think because she's so far removed from where we are now.
Yeah.
You know, Churchill is in the grand scheme a relatively like modern like historical figure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't really know what the answer is, but I feel like maybe you have some bit more of the nuance.
What was it? A bit more truth.
Yeah, and maybe because why would the Doctor be mates with? I took the liberty of compiling a short list
Go on.
Which I believe I titled something along the lines of "A Few Reasons Why Winston Churchill Was a Bit of a Prick."
Oh, nice! I like that.
And this is by no means an extensive list. I literally got all of this from about 5 minutes of Googling.
Yeah.
But in short, he believed in racial hierarchies and eugenics, harboured anti-Semitic and Islamophobic views, favoured the use of poison gas against, quote, uncivilised tribes, said that the 1943 Bengal famine was self-inflicted as Indians, quote, breed like rabbits, viewed Gandhi as an, quote, enemy of the empire, and some believe that he was actually to blame for the Blitz, having ordered the bombing of Berlin first. So, yeah, I think you get into murky waters when you go, the Doctor, who is, you know, very, not to get political, but the Doctor is very much left-wing.
Yep.
He loves everyone, he treats everyone equally.
Yep.
It's all about inclusion, acceptance, and love and hope and all of that.
Absolutely.
I don't think he'd be mates with someone that
has those kind of
opinions. No. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting.
You gotta remember who the writer is though as well.
Yeah, although it's odd because then you get things like in Idiot's Lantern where
when he's challenging.
Yeah, where Tommy challenges his dad and he's like, you fought against fascism.
Yeah. No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant it in, I can see Mark Gatiss being like, oh, Eleven's best mates with Winston Churchill, and not thinking what the implications would be because it's a little comedic.
Yeah, because he's kind of romanticised that period of history. Yeah, that's true.
Not so much the Doctor would be sound with this.
Mm-hmm. I think this is it's the idealised sort of, not caricature, but it's like it's probably what people think of when they think of Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
But in reality,
well, they don't teach you a lot, do they, of in-depth backstory in your history lessons at school?
No, yeah, and I think it's also, you know, there's maybe a bit of a disconnect with, you know that bloke that's on some of your money?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a massive racist.
Yeah.
But enough about King Charles.
I moved on too quickly for you to make that joke.
Oh, he's getting political. Yeah, it's a.
Yeah.
I don't really know what the answer is. We don't know. We're not exactly authorities on this.
No.
But yeah, it does feel a little bit naive at best. I think that's the kindest sort of look on it. I can, you know, at best it's naive. At worst, it's amending history and trying to portray a prick as a hero.
Yeah.
But Ian McNeice, incredible.
I think his acting's great.
I think what it is, I have to really separate the character of Winston Churchill in Doctor Who
Yeah.
from Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
And I can just about do that. I still don't think you should have to do that.
Yeah.
But I have, I kind of have to put that in place to
Be able
to just get anything from it.
Yeah.
And not spend the whole time being like, oh, that makes me feel a bit icky.
Yeah.
So story wise,
how do you? And I think this relates to story. How do you feel about the Daleks?
what about them?
In the sense of what the story is surrounding them.
What? What do I feel about the Daleks in the sense of what the story is surrounding them?
Yeah, how do you feel? What do you feel of the Dalek storyline in this?
Right. Okay.
Did I go in a really roundabout way to say that? Sorry.
As in their, what do I think of their plan, like the plot, or
plot?
How they're characterized.
How they're characterized.
Okay. I really like how the Ironsides are characterized, as I say, that kind of deception and sneaking around, and then the whole thing with the progenitor and the testimony. That's all right. That stuff's okay. It's kind of just a means to an end, isn't it? To have the Daleks sort of undercover in, and then also as a reason to get the new paradigm.
Here we go.
Which we'll get to in a moment.
Which I want to talk about.
Yeah. I've got lots of trivia on that.
Oh god.
Is
one of them, we just want new colourful Daleks to sell for character options toys.
It's not, but I don't mind all of that sort of stuff. I was going to say the point where I feel like it kind of falls off a little bit for me, this story, is as soon as the Doctor
gets onto the ship,
leaves to get onto the ship. Yeah,
I agree. That's where, when I said there's a bad bit.
Yeah,
that's my bad bit.
Okay, so how do you what is it about that, do you think?
I don't like the paradigm Daleks.
Oh, so just all of
the whole of that.
Wow.
I just don't like it.
Damn. When you said there's a bit, I didn't realise you meant like half the episode.
Yep.
Interesting. Okay. Well, yeah. So similarly, that's where it kind of falls off. It's not really because.
But I like the ending, and you don't like any of the Bracewell stuff. And I do.
Yeah, not particularly.
And that's where the Bracewell stuff.
So it wins you back round.
Wins me back round.
Right. Yeah. You know what it is. I feel like when we're in the cabinet war rooms.
Yeah.
And the Daleks are skulking about. That feels like
where the story is.
Yeah. And then it turns out that was just Act 1.
Yeah.
And we're gonna, because I think that could have quite easily been.
That could have been a whole story.
A story where they're
talking
about, and then they.
It is, yeah.
And you get to explore a little more of the Daleks and Nazis allegory.
Absolutely.
But
opposition.
Mm-hmm.
In the same breath, you can explore a bit more of Winston Churchill, what happens in the cabinet rooms. You can really go into a bit more detail in that.
Yeah.
And have that parallel in whatever you want to use the Daleks for.
And instead, it kind of just sort of devolves into set up for this is what we're going to do with the Daleks now.
Yeah.
With the paradigm and kind of introducing that. And it doesn't. The issue I have with the paradigm, other than we'll speak about the design and stuff in a bit.
Do we have to?
I think it makes complete sense to do a bit of an overhaul with the Daleks, because.
Explain.
So we've had the bronze sort of Time War Daleks for 5 years.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Everything's doing a little bit of a rebrand and whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't even mean just in the redesign. I think to go, fresh, something new for the Daleks, and to kind of set them.
Yeah, but what did they do?
That's my issue.
There we go.
So
they don't mean, at least when we had the Cult of Skaro, there was a meaning for them
it's like
in the Time War.
Yeah.
Okay? It was loose and it was just, they explain away. But at least they actually do something and they have a purpose and it's relative and has purpose in the Dalek universe. The Paradigm Daleks do what?
Well, they literally just come out, they get rid of the old boys.
Yeah.
Which
is really weird.
Is it?
Yeah. It feels weird to me.
What, that they kill the old Daleks?
Yeah, and I guess this is where I'm a bit of a hypocrite because I have the same annoyance with Asylum of the Daleks, with them keeping Daleks around here. But I think because I don't like the Paradigm Daleks, I'm like, don't kill the actual good ones. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it makes sense within.
Yeah.
They come out, they do their big, show.
Yeah.
The big reveal.
Yeah.
Get rid of the Ironsides. The Doctor escapes while Danny Boy and the lads are destroying the dish.
How do you feel about that?
We'll talk about that in a minute. And then all they kind of do is go, we're going.
See ya.
You can try and stop us, but by the way, that Scottish scientist fella's a bomb.
Yeah, so
good
if
luck
you
with
do
that.
try and stop us, yeah.
And that's all they do.
Yeah.
They don't. And the only one of the 5 that actually does anything is the Supreme.
Yeah.
Like the other 4
they
don't.
Just stand there. Sit there. Stand
and
there.
I think that's the issue. I feel like maybe
there's nothing that it becomes a nothing story.
Yeah.
And that's what I dislike about the episode. Like I said, I can sit and passively watch it, and I don't mind watching it as I'm doing a rewatch. But critically, it doesn't do anything. There's no point. I hate episodes that I've just sat through 45 minutes and there's no point to it at all.
Yeah.
And that's what this is.
It's just set up for
something that doesn't happen.
Something that never happens because this didn't go well.
Yeah. Was
which almost makes me more annoyed.
Yeah.
Because it's like, no, just follow it through.
Yeah, if you've set it up now, so at least let's try and make something of it.
Try and do something with it, because now it's a double waste of time.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't very interesting on its own.
Yeah.
And it doesn't lead to anything.
Yeah.
So, we've scrapped the World War II story where it was interesting. Really the interesting stuff was in service of this setup for the Paradigm Dalek era or whatever you're going to do.
Yeah.
And then we never get that anyway. So
so what's the point in?
Yeah. But I think that's what it is. They just don't do anything.
They don't, like, they have a new design, but even the design doesn't make me go, these are bigger, badder, monstrous Dalek. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing there that makes me more intimidated than what I had with the Ironsides. It makes me go, they're just kind of like colourful and the design isn't really that great, so I don't feel any more scared looking at those than I do with the normal bronze.
Let's talk the design.
Okay.
The main complaints, I feel, were the colour scheme.
The shape.
The hunchback.
Yeah.
And how tall they are, like how big they are. I agree with all of those.
Yeah. I think they were supposed to be more opposing, but they don't look.
Yeah. I think even though they're sort of smaller, the bronze Daleks look more intimidating.
Yeah, they do look like mini tanks.
Yeah.
They look like what, when you think of a Dalek, that's what you think of.
Yeah. And I think it's almost like,
like the original, there's been some changes to casing and stuff, but that's the truest form, isn't it? Like that kind of shape and size, and we make this bit of skirting bigger here, we put some bars here, or cage in here, whatever. Change the ears. Change the ears
on it. Actually, Yeah, it doesn't look right with ears.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we'll scrap that one.
Put the lights back on. But, change a sucker, put a laser on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can do different bits with it, but still keep it at the heart of what it is. But
yeah, and I think because it is such a classic piece of design, like it's, iconic.
Yeah.
Completely iconic.
Absolutely.
And it's never really strayed too far. I think this is probably the furthest it's strayed.
And
I think that's maybe also part of the problem.
It is part of it.
But
because that's what I have an issue with the Matt Smith era Cybermen, because they stray too far as well.
Yeah, they go a bit more
Iron Man.
Yeah. Well, I think it's the same issue. They both end up looking a bit plasticky.
Yeah.
They end up looking a bit more like toys.
Yeah. And
which
it does feel like the colours is very Power Ranger. We are aiming to do the little boys and girls.
Yeah, I remember all the meat. It was like, it's the Power Ranger Dalek, the Teletubby Daleks, the Skittles Daleks.
I've seen the Skittles Daleks. I haven't seen any of the
Rainbow
others.
Daleks.
Pride Daleks.
Yeah, the Pride Daleks. I think at its core, I don't mind them having like different colours and kind of going back to that, because
right, okay, the issue with the colour is it's matte, bright colour.
Yeah.
If you went back to like the bronze, that's metallic. Even the golds, even the reds, all of that in the classic, it was all metal, like metallic colours, unless you had like the blonde.
The blonde Dalek.
The blonde Dalek.
Did that one have ears? Or...
Yeah, that's why she was tucking her behind them, obviously. No, the blue eggs. They were.
Yeah.
They were matte blue, but the actual silver was metallic.
Yeah.
And it's the same with is it Supreme Dalek in?
Yeah, in Stolen
Johnny's End. It is matte red, but it's got the metallic gold.
Yeah, and it
it doesn't look like a plastic toy.
Yeah, it looks like sort of brushed metal.
Yeah, and that's what they are. They're metal thing. If they was more metallic, brushed, iron, like just you know what I mean, then it would have sold me harder. And if you want the bright colours, again, that they did it in the classic with the blue, you can still have eggs. Or you can still have colourful eggs if you want. You can even have it like a brushed blue or white or whatever. It doesn't have to be that matte satin colour.
Yeah, well, I think they get it right in Asylum of the Daleks, because they've kind of repainted them and they give them a metallic finish.
I have not watched that episode since I rewatched it about 2.5 years ago. I can't even tell you what they look like, so I'm just going to have a quick look now.
Yeah,
that's way better.
Do you know what I mean?
Way better. Yeah, and that's what I mean. Just, it doesn't have to look so... Hold on, I'm looking at the blue now. Yeah, that's way better. They repainted them way better. But again, they weren't even used in Asylum of the Daleks because they were too scared of the other Daleks in there. Don't even get me started on that episode.
Yeah, they just kind of put them...
They're like, oh, we're big and supreme. Rah! Yeah, we're the new Daleks. Oh, but we're way too scared to go to the Asylum of the Daleks with Daleks that we created because they're mad. So, oh, please, Doctor, oh, please, can you go and sort them out for us?
I cannot wait to do Asylum of the Daleks. So I'll just show you this. This is the Pridonian.
I've shared so many. I love.
So this is... He did a redesign of how he'd have done the Paradigm Daleks. And he completely changes the shape, gets rid of the hunched back.
Yeah.
They're still a bit taller, but not as fat.
Yeah, dumpy.
Yeah. And changes the paint job, and there's a side-by-side comparison there.
Way better.
Way
better. That looks so nice.
Right?
He knows his Daleks.
He really does.
He really does.
He knows what he's doing.
He really does know what it is.
Because
if
Technicolor.
if they came out like that,
Yeah.
way better.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tweet this out when it goes out.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure like people have probably already seen them, but
yeah,
you know, slightly more muted color.
if they came out like that, I'd have been like, oh, okay, now we're in business.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Like they
look more grounded and real.
Well, I've got loads of trivia based on the design, so we'll get to that later.
Okay.
But yeah, I think that's more so than the design. Just the fact that they don't do anything.
They do nothing, and then when we see them again they don't do anything.
Yeah.
Because they're too scared to do anything. So how are you any better?
Yeah, it's almost a shame that they kind of sort of backed away from it.
They
and
should have just gone straight for
I think
it.
you just double down and go,
yeah,
no, let's, if it were a good enough idea in the first place to do it here, you should have some legs for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's interesting, actually, the Big Finish 11th Doctor stuff with Jacob Dubman and Sophia Ingar, like the Valerie Lockwood stuff. The last one, maybe 2 box sets, is based around the Dalek paradigm.
Okay.
And they actually do something with it.
Oh, and it's good.
And it works, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, why didn't we just
do that in the first place?
Yeah, find a reason to do something with them. And I think since then, the show's kind of been scared to do any major redesigns, refreshes of the Daleks. Other than, obviously, Chibnall, when he comes in, does like the reconnaissance scout and the like sort of security drone ones.
Which I don't mind in the context of the episode.
Yeah, like as their own thing. But yeah, even then we never really get like we've still got bronze Daleks. Like that's the most recent design.
Yeah.
And that's like 20 years old now.
Yeah.
Which is wild when you think.
You know, just what that makes me scared.
What, the passage of time?
No. No, it makes me scared that it's been 20 years, we've still got the same Daleks. So when we're about to approach our next series, when I'm sure the Daleks will make an appearance, I'm scared in what format they're going to make an appearance.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I think, yeah, you can, there's so many things you can do.
Yeah.
And the Prydonian does, like, really cool stuff.
Yeah.
That doesn't completely stray from
its original design,
the core. Even things where it'll do like he'll do like the Dalek time controller stuff and give it all these extra little bits, or like the spider leg Daleks, or like like they're just sort of tweaks and extras to that sort of core idea. And
we need another special weapons Dalek.
That'd be cool.
He's my favourite.
So yeah, I mean, story-wise, when we get to the ship, it's kind of just exposition.
Yeah.
Of we weren't pure, so this has the pure Dalek DNA, and we're gonna these guys come out, and they're all different colours, and we're big now, and It kind of just plods along. And tries to tell you like, this is really cool. These guys mean business. Yeah. They need to be taken seriously. It's like all they really do to make you go, I'm going to take these seriously is when they destroy the Ironsides.
Oh, right, yeah.
Otherwise...
Well, there's so many more exciting ways that they could have been, even if you wanted to introduce the paradigm, there's still a much better way within the actual interesting part of the episode at the beginning in the cabinet rooms and stuff that you could introduce them, and you could do a twist, and you could do that within the story. I don't understand why they just segregated them, put them on the ship, made it completely away from the actual interesting story, had it one-on-one. Yeah, they destroyed the Ironsides, but they could have done that in the cabinet rooms. There could have been a whole... You could have built major suspense. Because at that point, the air raid sirens went off,
Mm-hmm.
and that was the end. What if you bring the sirens back up, and there's another, and then we've introduced a paradigm Daleks, but they can't do anything. They can't do certain things to get things ready. You could do so much of that with them controlling that, putting the Doctor in an awkward position, which means they can get away, and gives that ultimatum with it. Do you know what I mean? There's just so many other ways that you could make that so much more interesting. Still kill the old Daleks, but give them some actual threat.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Do you know what I mean? There's just wasted potential.
Yeah, and it kind of feels a little bit disconnected to...
Well, it's completely... Especially even just visually.
Mm.
They're in a white room, essentially, aren't they?
Yeah, like it's a boring set.
It's boring as hell. And you've got these bright... And I understand colour pops off against white, that obviously. But, like, you could have made the set so much more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And even though that's a Dalek spaceship and you're not in the cabinet rooms anymore, you at least have some kind of tie.
Yeah.
Because they're still soldiers in their own right.
Yeah.
So you can still mimic that in a contemporary Dalek spaceship.
I think there's a way to not have it feel so opposed. But then, so Spitfires in space.
Mm-hmm. That is what pulled me out completely.
Okay.
Because you're mixing with, and I know I say it all the time, even though this universe isn't our universe, it's still as close to our reality as possible. You're just inclusive of monsters and aliens, right? So I would have preferred for those to have not been created and to find a different way of doing that. Because even in that period of time where everything is so real, bar the Daleks and Bracewell, that doesn't make sense. That's too far from the reality that it is in that universe.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to suspend your disbelief
an
extra bit. Instead of it just being, oh, well, the Daleks aren't really in our time. No, we know. It's in the Doctor universe. But that's just an extended level, which takes me too far out of it.
But then I guess the explanation for it is that it comes from
Bracewell, which is what makes me forgive it, because it's that full circle moment.
Yeah.
As I said earlier.
I do agree, though. It does feel like...
I wish there was a different outcome there and a different plot point.
And I quite like the image.
Yeah.
That like just the image of it, of, you know, again, it's like we say, when you mix the sort of anachronistic, you take something from the past and then put it in space, or give it like a futuristic, you know, the scene itself is the little sequence. It's fine.
Yeah.
But it feels like we've kind of had to jump through,
hoops
sort of bend over backwards to get to that point.
Mm-hmm. However, then with the Bracewell stuff at the end, with them trying to disarm the bomb, I was going to say in his chest, but it is him, trying to disarm the bomb, I really, really like all of that. I like how soft Amy is. I like how she ends it. I like how she approaches it. I love the outcome. I like the softness of that. I really like it.
So generally the sort of like the power of love, the power of emotion overcomes the...
Yeah, but
I
like how it works in this moment.
Yeah, generally I really don't like that sort of stuff.
It's to show humanity, though, isn't it?
Yeah, I completely understand what it's doing.
Yeah.
And I quite like the idea of, you know, the Doctor sort of coming in and looking at it and going...
Logistically.
Yeah, and he sort of goes, think of pain.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, pain. That's
a human.
That's human.
Yeah.
Feel that. Like, and I think... Because I think it's sort of the opposite to what you expect when you go, no, you think of love and think of, you know, joy and your capacity for, you know, all of these things.
Yeah.
I think when he comes in and goes, no, think of heartbreak, think of pain, think of grief and loss, and, you know, yeah, that's interesting. And then I do like Karen Gillan's performance that sort of softness.
It's
It
lovely.
is really nice.
It
It
is
is
lovely.
nice. And Bill Patterson as Bracewell is great.
Yeah.
It's a relatively small role,
But I love
but
Bracewell.
he brings so much like just
It's nice.
magic to it. Yeah, he just feels like a really nice man that you kind of want to go. Ah, but I think that's just Bill Patterson. He's great. It takes quite a while to do the sort of wrap up, the sort of denouement
Yeah.
at the end of the episode, because it feels like the Daleks escape.
Then there's 10 minutes on the end, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's a
and
classic
I know
Russell finale, that's what it is.
I know a part of that is Bracewell with the barman,
Yeah.
But even then, we get a solid sort of.
But again, if it wasn't so contrasting between cabinet room, spaceship, cabinet room, if everything was remained within those four walls or base or whatever, it wouldn't feel like there's 15 minutes plonked on the end.
Yeah.
If everything was cohesive and it was one story and didn't feel like there was just chunks of things put into a story, then I don't think it would have felt like the ending was dragging.
Yeah.
Because you can still use all that Bracewell stuff. I still really like all that. And that can still be an exit for them if they needed a get out of jail free card. But I think it would have probably wouldn't have dragged out so long.
Also, just thought of something. You know, like Spitfires in space? Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a bit where when he says like 2 men are down, like it's just me. And the doctor's like, oh, I can lower the shields, but only for a second. Why are you only doing that now? What?
Yeah.
But like, did you not think that might be useful to do
10 minutes ago?
Yeah, before those other two blokes died?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is Mark Gatiss writing though, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Yeah, and then we get the little wrap up with Churchill stealing the TARDIS key, and yeah, it's a
besties.
And then the Doctor and Amy have their little,
I like the crack in the wall reference when it's like, you should remember this.
Yeah, there's the whole thing about that she doesn't remember the.
I like all of that though.
I appreciate that it's trying to continue the continuity of the Russell era.
I feel like you kind of do have to address it though, because they address it within series 4 with like Donna and the Cybermen and
yeah, but I don't know.
It's still the same universe.
It almost feels a little bit weird to me that I think maybe because after this the continuity just kind of gets thrown up in the air.
No, because the crack in the wall does it all.
Yeah.
Everything gets lost in time.
Yeah, so it feels odd. In this one there's references to the void and destroying reality, and like it's all very, these Daleks are the ones from the Medusa Cascade, and the reason they're impure is because they've got Davros's DNA in them. And, I think for something that, because Series 5 feels very
fresh and new,
soft reboot.
Yeah, but to be fair, again, Mark's right in this. I guess his only frame of reference is everything that he's written previously, and
yeah, I suppose
it makes sense within the Dalek lore and the reason for them having the new paradigm Daleks. So again,
you know what it is? I just can't imagine Amy during the Stolen Earth.
Yeah.
Or Doomsday. I can't picture it.
Yeah.
Whereas I can kind of picture it with Donna or Martha, and maybe that's because it feels like it's in that era.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe that's just me. And then I think that's pretty much the story. Yeah.
Where does this sit for you in terms of ranking?
I think this is the weakest episode of Series 5.
Yeah.
By a long shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just got a lot of things that drag it down. Part of me wants to say maybe this would have been better off as a two-parter.
I mean, if it was a two-parter, then I would have wanted it to have not have taken place on a spaceship, and I would have expected it all to be like base under siege, Daleks.
Or even, I think you can still have parts of it on the ship.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to do a major redesign then, and have it within the same aesthetics.
Yeah. Don't have it as
again redesign the Daleks. Have it as a two-parter. Maybe them wiping out the Ironsides is the end of part 1, and then part 2 you get high stakes.
Yeah,
finish.
I think you get the end of part 1's the big reveal of the new designs.
Yeah.
Because I think the other reason it feels a bit disconnected is the whole thing of like, oh, they're putting all the lights on and all of that.
Yeah.
Like, okay, cool, but
not cool, but
well,
no. But imagine that, but with them properly designed, and the reveal in the cabinet rooms, and then holding them people who are working hostage, and they've turned all the lights on, and they're stopping all of this, and they're doing all this. Like, that's really good. Don't do it from the spaceship. Have them in the depths of the threat. You know?
But if they're turning all the lights on, if they're not in the spaceship, then they get killed themselves, wouldn't they?
Figure around it.
But I do agree.
Saying?
I get what you mean. But the thing with the lights,
yeah,
that's fine. But you never really get a sense of, because on Earth we're only ever in the cabinet war rooms.
Yeah.
And then
there's
briefly,
no threat outside of that.
Yeah.
We don't see the.
Like, you see all of the lights come on over London and whatever. And Big Ben gets lit up like a Christmas tree and stuff.
Yeah.
And you get that.
Dong,
WPC, is that the right thing?
The
guy that's on lookout.
Oh yeah.
You just get that. You don't see the streets. You don't see all the panic in homes and stuff like that. And I wonder if that were a 2-parter, you'd be able to do stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously you'd probably have a little bit more budget because it'd be budget for 2 episodes rather than 1.
But I think as well, I don't think I'd want to see that.
No.
As in, I don't think a 2-parter. I think it needs 2 parts, but I don't think I would waste my 2-part story on it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fair.
Do you see what I mean?
That's fair.
I'd rather have a 2-parter about something else than another Dalek war story.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think maybe it just needed to be.
It just needed reworking. It needed a couple more edits.
And just be a little less focus on the story you're telling and not the one that you're setting up.
Yeah.
To not do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's Victory of the Daleks.
Yeah.
You said you'd give it a 5.
Yeah, I gave it a 5.5. I
think I'd have to go lower.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards like a 3-4.
Oh. No, my Legends of the Sea Devils is a 3.
Legends of the Sea Devils is barely at 1. No, I'd go like a 4.
Yeah.
Because it does have
yeah, it's good bits in there.
Some good stuff in there.
And there's some good acting and there's good scenes.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a 4 out of 10.
I want to know what your trivia is. I am dying on this.
Well, it's funny you should say that.
Yeah.
Because I've actually just checked my watch.
Yeah.
And you'll never guess what the time is.
What's the time?
It's time for the trivia section of the pod. And as we all know...
Yeah. The name of the trivia section for the pod. The name of the trivia
section every week.
Every week.
We do every week. And it's still called this every week.
Yeah.
Is, would you care for some tea? Spilled on the Doctor Who episode Victory of the Daleks.
God's sake. Yes, of course. I liked that trivia name, especially when we were doing Fires of Pompeii, because it worked really well.
Yeah. So
I thought you were going to go for, would you care for some tea, Rivia?
No, I went more outlandish.
No, I agree. It's just not where I thought you were going.
See, I'm zigging and zagging.
You're zigzagging.
So, Mark Gatiss intentionally borrowed elements of the power of the Daleks for this episode. So, with the Daleks pretending to serve humans, no one believing the Doctor that the Daleks are evil, and having a scientist character who has apparently discovered the Daleks, promoting them to his leader as the answer to all of their problems, which is like an intentional homage.
Right. So all of this stuff that we like, he took from the classic episode and then put in stuff that we don't like. Okay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But there's also the, when the Dalek comes out and says, "I am your soldier."
Yeah.
That's a reference to Power of the Daleks, where it goes, "I am your servant."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, I know the real stuff that you want to know about is the design.
Yeah.
The design trivia. Okay, so I've got quite a few bullet points on this, actually.
Interesting.
So, they were originally intended to have blades on various parts of the casing.
Oh my god.
No idea how that would have worked.
No, I don't like that.
No.
No.
The hunched back was supposed to store additional weapons. So the gun stick and manipulator arm would swing round the middle section. That's why there's that groove in it.
Oh my god, imagine if then the special weapons Dalek with the big...
The big turret.
Yeah, and that just exposed from the back as it swung round.
So apparently
That'd be so sick.
The arms would swing round, go into the back of it, and then new ones would come up, swing back round.
See, that's cool, but you could have created such a better design for that. Already, I've got things going around in my head for how you could make that work. That isn't a hunchback.
Yeah, and also,
how does that logistically work? Where the Dalek sits in the casing?
No idea.
Continue.
But also, you never mention that. That's never that's.
I guess you probably would have seen that if you had an episode in the future.
But also, I get you don't want to play all of your cards at once.
No.
But if you go, that hunchback looks a bit odd.
Yeah.
Maybe if you go, oh, they've got this because of this.
Yeah. You could even have a thing, when the Doctor gets cocky and he's like, what makes you so special? And then he, Transformer arms start swinging out of everything.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? And then the
something.
Doctor can be like, oh, okay. You don't even have to use it, but just have, a thing where it's like, look what I can do. And you're like, okay, you've got bigger balls. I understand.
Because essentially all of that scene is just to show them off.
Yeah, so show them off.
So actually show them off doing something impressive rather than just coming out of a bit of smoke.
Yeah.
With stars in their eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just as the bronze Daleks were designed to meet the eye line of Billie Piper, the Paradigm Daleks were designed to match the height of Karen Gillan.
Which makes sense where they're taller. I'm
Ironically,
not bothered about that.
Gillan never actually faced them on screen.
Oh my god, that's so annoying. Do you know how much that angers me?
Mm-hmm. But it's so funny to me in that scene you were talking about earlier where she goes over to the Ironside.
And literally...
She's just towering over it.
Yeah, 100%. And she's looking down at his little eye stalk. And you can even see where, they tried to, fisheye it.
Yeah.
And she's, there, hunched over it. That's so annoying.
She's made of legs.
Oh, yeah. She's 90% leg.
Mark Gatiss originally wanted to include a green Dalek in the Paradigm.
Right.
But decided that, quote, green just doesn't work somehow.
They literally have the Ironsides, which are khaki green.
Yeah, but I think...
No, I understand what you mean. It would be snot green as well.
Yeah.
Lime green.
Black and purple coloured Daleks were also rejected. Now,
but black's just Dalek second it, but purple would look sick.
Concept artist Peter McKinstry thought that having a metallic sheen finish was preferable.
Yes.
But Stephen Moffat was inclined towards the bright colours.
Moffat. No.
So, it's the Moff.
Moffat, you've done us dirty there. Come on. I'm glad you came back round for Asylum, but come on. That's annoying as well.
And just to finish off this little section on the design.
Go on.
Mark Gatiss later expressed his gripes with the Paradigm Dalek design. This is a whole quote here. When I saw the designs, I loved them in every respect apart from the hump. I said, I think the hump is dodgy.
Yeah.
Because whatever has happened to the Daleks over the years, the fundamental pepper pot design has not been altered.
Mm-hmm.
It works.
Yeah.
It's a design classic. What we've got now is, I think it's pushed just a little too far. They look fat. From the side, it looks as if they're slouching.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if the head were bigger to be more in scale. I think it's sad that the Daleks' new look has been the disproportionate focus of ire, because I love everything else about them. If it weren't for that hump, they'd be exactly what I wanted.
If it wasn't for the hump, and then if you went with the metallic colours, absolutely, it would have been fine.
I agree. I think those are the only issues.
Only two issues, yeah. Big issues.
Speaking of magazines,
yeah,
the red, blue, and yellow Paradigm designs were first revealed on a set of Radio Times covers for their election special issue. with each colour meant to represent the three main parties.
Interesting.
This story is the only appearance of the orange scientist Dalek.
Does it just... And that one would look really nice in like a metallic finish as well.
Mm-hmm. It never comes up again.
Oh.
So the blue comes back in Asylum.
Yeah, the reds are in Asylum.
The red, yellow, and the white come back in Pandorica Opens, and I think the red and the white are in Asylum.
Yeah.
But the orange, just this one.
Poor orange. I actually like the orange one as well.
Yeah. Stephen Moffat suggested the title of The Eternal for the Yellow Dalek, though neither he nor Gatiss ever had any idea what that meant or what its function in the paradigm would be.
Sounds good, but...
It sounds great.
Yeah.
What's it mean? What's it do?
But hold on, what is the paradigm Daleks anyway? What is it?
Doctor Who is not the only project in which Ian McNeice has played Winston Churchill.
Okay.
Prior to this, in 2008, he portrayed him on stage in the Howard Brenton play Never So Good, and again in 2012 in the stage adaptation of The King's Speech.
Oh, yeah. Well, he does a good job of it.
There you go. He does. He does do a very good job of it. Foreign titles.
Oh yeah, I love these.
I know you do. Hungarian. I've only got two here.
Okay.
And the Hungarian slightly disappointing.
Okay.
The Daleks' victory.
Okay. Yeah.
But the Italian.
Gone.
Coming through. The weapon of Churchill.
Oh. And could you imagine if we had a near or a closer depiction of Churchill as well, with some dangerous paradigm Daleks?
Right.
I like that.
That one's quite good.
That one's quite good, yeah.
This is the first story since Revelation of the Daleks to not show the Daleks levitating.
Oh, okay.
I should point out this is the first Dalek story since Revelation to not show. I don't just mean any story.
Yeah, there's just been no story.
Yeah. There's no Daleks levitating in
no anything.
Blink.
Yeah.
Mark Gatiss wrote this episode before Matt Smith had been cast as the Doctor. Once he knew it would be him in the role, he watched several pieces of Matt's work to download his speech patterns and implemented his energy and phrasing.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But I was thinking about this. So Matt's Doctor, generally he's quite sort of well spoken and he's quite sort of posh and he's got all that sort of thing going on. But every now and then he'll have a bit of a southern twang, a little that's a little bit Cockney and a little bit like in this one, the bit that stuck out to me is where the Ironside comes forward to scan the Jammy Dodger, and he goes, no scans, no nothing, and it's not nothing. It's nothing. Calling people mate and fellas, and I wonder if maybe some of those bits, if Gatiss has watched his other stuff and kind of downloaded his speech patterns and stuff, his biggest project before Doctor Who was The Ruby and the Smoke with Billy Piper, where he plays like a Cockney detective.
Right.
So I wonder if there's maybe a little bit of that.
No, you know what that link is? Me and Matt are from same place.
Yeah.
I also grew up with Billy Piper and started talking with a London accent, twang. So that was me as a child. So it's the curse of Billy Piper.
Wow.
The project before, he was with Billy Piper and his speech pattern changed. I completely get it.
There you go. Yeah, but I thought that was quite interesting. I think it shows up quite a lot in this one specifically. Yeah.
That's it. That's an interesting take on it, though. That's quite fun.
Yeah, I wonder if that's maybe...
if that influenced anything,
So, working titles for this episode included The Dalek Tea Party and The Dalek Project. The latter of which is the title of a graphic novel originally meant to feature the 10th Doctor and scheduled for publication in the autumn of 2009. However, this was pushed back due to similarities with this story, which was in production at the time.
Right.
It was eventually released in September 2012, by which time it had been reworked to feature the 11th Doctor.
The Dalek Tea Party sounds bad.
It does. And finally, I think you'll like this one.
Also, Victory of the Daleks, they don't really become victorious of anything. Because they don't do
No,
anything.
their victory is that they get away.
Yeah. They put themselves in that position to get away.
Yeah, but it's also the whole like the war V for victory, you know.
Right.
And lastly, because I'll save this till last because I feel like you'll like it.
Okay.
The Dalek model on the spotter table appears to just be a character options Dalek figure painted grey. It looks like it's just one of the 5-inch figures, just painted grey.
But it's way smaller.
I don't know if it is.
It looks smaller. Anyway,
I don't know.
I love that. That's really fun.
Which, if it is,
I'm definitely doing that.
Because when I read that, it did say, I think it's the mutant reveal one from the series 1 wave or something.
I've got that one there.
Yeah, apparently it's that painted grey.
I actually have 2 of those. I'm going to paint one grey.
I was going to say, you're about to paint one grey, aren't you? So, yes. And that wraps us up. Thank you for joining us for Would You Care for Some Tea? Spilled on the Doctor Who episode Victory of the Daleks.
Yes, hope you join us for that next week.
Yes.
Because we do it every week.
We do that every week, and that's what it's called every week.
Yep.
Every week, same title.
Yep.
And I guess that is the end of the episode.
Yeah.
Wow.
I hope that the ending was better than Victory of the Daleks.
I would be interested to know what people make of this one, though.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's about, 15 years old?
Yeah.
So...
I'll have a little tweet out. I'll have a little gander.
Yeah.
See what people's opinions are.
Let us know.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Let us know what you think. Comment below. What do you think?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Let's have a little chinwag.
Yeah, let's have a chat. Let's have a chat in the comment section.
But in the meantime, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
We will be back next week.
Oh, yeah.
With...
Your battery's low. You will have to run out this door, by the way, if you want to get your changes at one. Turn the plug on.
Oh, shit.
There you go.
Cool. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank
we
you.
will be back next week.
Oh, yeah.
But yes, before then, because, a week's a long time.
It is.
Where would they be able to find you?
Oh, well, they'll be able to find me on the Twitter and Instagram at simplykatie_XO. Where would they be able to find you,
You'll be able to find me also on the Twitter at Sun and Biscuit and on the Sun and Biscuit YouTube channel, which you may very well be listening to this here podcast on right now.
Lovely.
Lovely stuff. Well, until then,
See you later.
we'll see you next week. Thanks for joining. Bye.
Bye.
Would you care for some tea, though?
Would you care for some tea?
Yeah, I've been waiting 4 hours for you to ask.
I actually made you one 2 seconds ago. Have you drank it? Is it on the side?
Yeah.
Did I give you it?
That was...
I thought I didn't give you it then. I was like, have I just sat and scrambled mine? And...
I finished it before we started.
Did you?
Yeah.
That was actually a banging cuppa, wasn't it?
It was good, yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Right, bye.